Hi everybody, it's Leslie from WeLoveJones.com, and I'm coming to you today with my November favorites video. And I don't think I've done one for the past 2 months, mainly because I didn't have enough favorites to kind of justify making a favorites video. But I have 4 items. Normally I do 6, but I have 4 items today that I'd like to go show you real quick or comment on. So without further ado, I'll just jump right in. So the first thing is, and this is going to seem so silly, but it's such a help, is we got these little lollipop holders at Walmart. You can see kind of how used it is. We bought this, it had a lollipop in it, and what it is just like this little plastic holder, and you stick the lollipop through the stick of the lollipop through that hole. And my kids are so young that they will not finish a lollipop kind of in one go. Maybe Dum-Dums occasionally, but any lollipop that's bigger than that, it could take them all day to get through that thing. Most of the time they get thrown out or they get put down and there's like cat hair on it and who knows what else. And so I like that my children can kind of have their lollipop, but when they're done, it kind of automatically shuts on itself and they can kind of keep it for the rest of the day, and I don't have to worry about gunk getting on it. And then if there's still a lollipop in here at the end of the day, on days that they're allowed to have a lolly, then when they go to sleep, I just throw it out. You know, it's no big deal. I know exactly where it is because I just have to find the Flash. My daughter has one with Ariel from The Little Mermaid on it. So I don't know how much we spent on this at the checkout counter at Walmart, but whoever invented this, it's a genius. Clearly, this person had children because this is neat. The next thing is these little coconut amino packets. My husband found these on Amazon, and he traveled to Las Vegas in the month of November, and because we're vegan, and he was going to be too busy really to go out and eat or go out and shop for himself and eat in his hotel room. He took a bunch of food with him kind of already prepared. I kind of binge cooked for him, and he took a lot of food ready to go, prepackaged in a meal. And he took these little packets, and they were a huge hit. They're kind of like a substitute for soy sauce, but healthier, not as much sodium. And so these are great. I've taken 1 or 2 with me to the park when I've eaten something at the park. When I take my children to the park, if you're a mom of preschoolers, then you know that sometimes a trip to the park can take more than an hour. Sometimes it's 2 hours that you're at the park because your kid's not tired yet. And I don't know about you, but I don't leave until my kid is exhausted and ready for a nap. But there's a sweet spot, right? You want to get home before your kid's tired, but not so tired that they fall asleep on the drive home, because you want them to crash at home, not on the drive home. Anyway, so because sometimes I'm at the park for a crazy long time, and I end up eating at the park while my kids play, or we'll all picnic at the park at one of the park benches, and then they'll go back to playing, or they'll eat and play. So anyway, these have been really great. You have to buy them by the case, but it's packaged food, so it keeps for a long time. So that's cool with me. So those are 2 things. The next thing is, the next thing is something my husband found, and that is a membership through, my husband and I read a lot of vegan blogs because we're vegan, and so we're all not constantly, but we're often in the look for new things to cook and try. And he came across a website, and we have made in the past, and in our current meal plan system, we have recipes from a blogger. Her blog is Clean Food Dirty Girl. And she has like a membership. And in the month of November, we decided together that we would, mostly at my husband's urging, we decided that we would get the membership. And she gives you a meal plan, and her structure is, I think her name is Molly. Her structure is, she gives you the recipes and the grocery list, and then she has like a day where she expects you to do some like a batch cooking, and then from that you make the recipes for Monday through Friday. And she's really just giving you dinner recipes. She's not giving you lunch or breakfast. And that format has worked out great. My husband in his head had it that he would help with the batch cooking. My husband's really excited about vegan cooking, and it really lights him up, and he just enjoys it. He doesn't have time for it though, and though it didn't work out that way where he never really had time to help me with the batch cooking. I'll say this, it's time consuming, and when you've got little kids running around and but once you get past that initial hurdle, the food's been great. It's been really healthy. She doesn't use oils. She doesn't, it's a very kind of, if you're familiar with forks over knives or that philosophy of vegan eating, she tends to be very much follow that flavor, that philosophy. And so yeah, we've really liked it. It's definitely starting to kind of quietly change my meal plan system. I haven't thrown out my old meal plan system only because her meal plan system is only for dinners, and I obviously have to prepare lunches and breakfasts too. And so yeah, I don't know where it'll fit, whether we'll keep the membership going forward. You get to keep the PDFs of the meal plans that you get. So I don't know how many we've got now. We've got at least a month's worth for sure. And so I think it's $20 a month for all that. And you get a few extra bonus recipes for, I think 1 week it was like a dessert. So yeah, I definitely wanted to plug her just because her website was great, and I'll link all of this stuff down below. So yeah, again, that was Clean Food, Dirty Girl. On Instagram, I tend to post a lot of what I've been cooking. So if you're interested in kind of checking out what some of the meals look like, definitely follow me on Instagram. That link is in the description box, and you'll be able to kind of look up in my feed some of the things I've made, because I always tag her. So yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to comment on for our November favorites is a show my husband and I have been watching. And I think this is worthy of mentioning. Normally I mention things that I watch myself. But Superior Donuts, CBS, has been a show that my husband and I can watch together. It's a 30-minute comedy, much like The Big Bang Theory, which is right. It's perfect for our busy lifestyle. But the show does a really good job of saying something. It has a lot of social commentary, but in a very digestible format. And for that reason, my husband and I have found it to be something we can both enjoy together. And the actors are really great. So I'll say, I want to mention why this is important, that this social commentary the show has to give out is very digestible. Unlike a show like Blackish, which I like very much, my husband doesn't like it. He's Caucasian. Our household is split. So I'm Hispanic. He's Caucasian. I tend to vote Democrat. He tends to vote Republican. I'm Catholic. He's Seventh-day Adventist. We're split on just about everything. On paper we shouldn't work, but somehow we just make it work. Our love for each other just perseveres all the differences between us. And having a show that we can both laugh and enjoy together is a really big deal, because sometimes it's really hard to find those things that we can both do together. And so bonding over the show and our enjoyment of it has been so great, especially in the month of November when there was this distance, because I was, for a while there, I was sad about my grandmother passing away. And he was really busy with getting ready to go to the conference, and then he was gone for a week when he went to that conference. So anyway, those are my November favorites. I don't know if I'll keep doing this monthly. I'll probably just do a favorites video ad hoc as things come up that I think are worth mentioning, because I know when I watch favorites videos, it's not helpful to see somebody comment on their favorite lipstick. That's nice that you like that, but I tend to want to only comment on things that are actually helpful, that might actually be helpful to somebody. So that said, if you found any of the 4 recommendations that I gave in this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video with somebody you think might enjoy it, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thanks for stopping by.